Read number 2 for me, please. Jamel?
An act performed.
Close. Read it again.
Act
You're saying act, Jamel. That's act, and this is the word that you need to read. Jamel, we've been studying these all day today. What is that called?
suffix.
It's a suffix. Ed. That's act. Put it all together.
Acted.
Acted. Good. And acted.
Performed. Performs.
Read it, Jaquan.
An acted performance.
An acted performance. Read it, Jamel.
An acted performance.
Which one of those words means an acted performance?
And so, how do we know to put it here? How can Jaquilla remember that she had to go 2 units to the right first? Just like you said, that was a very well put answer. How can we remember that? Great to see these hands. Myasia, please track Myasia for that answer.
You can remember that because you know that the x-axis has to come first and then the y-axis, but before she put the y-axis first and then the x-axis.
I'm going to ask you to make one correction to that because these aren't axes. What are those, the 2 and the 5? Yeah, so tell us that answer again, Myasia.
The x-coordinate has to come first and then the y-coordinate has to come next.
Exactly right. So the x.
Take a look at the very front. We're going to do a couple things with volume, practice volume, and then practice surface area. And someone give me a definition for volume to get us started. Someone read it from me yesterday, give us a definition for volume. Mark. You're telling me how we're going to solve it. If you say length times width times height, you're giving me a calculation. What I want to know, and you probably know this too, Mark, is what volume is. What is that amount? Okay, Eureka, what were you going to say?
Volume is the amount of square cubes and the amount of cubes
That takes up something. Okay, I'm going to refine what you said a little bit. The amount of cubes, what should we say? What's the real technical definition? Instead of just cubes, what were we going to say was?
The amount of cubic inches in either a rectangular or a three-dimensional figure.
Or any sort of three-dimensional figure. I'm going to say the amount of cubic, not inches, because it's not necessarily inches, right? It could be feet, it could be centimeters, it could be yards, units, right? Cubic units. And then, as we said, that a figure takes up, that an object. And Jonte, I know you know the other word. What's the other word for takes up?
Occupies.
Occupies.
What is our conclusion that we can draw from this data? What's a conclusion that we can draw? Some fewer hands. Kayla, what's a conclusion you can draw? Track Kayla, please.
The conclusion is that different slope would affect how deep the stream is. Like if you had to jump the slope, then the stream would be really deep because the water is just like sliding.
Okay, so Kayla said the different slope affects how deep the stream is, but I need someone to make that more specific. You're right, but I need you to make that more specific. That's a little bit general for us. Shanice, can you make that more specific?
The steeper the slope, the more deep it is.
Good, the steeper the slope, the deeper the stream is, okay? That's the first part of your conclusion. So you need to make sure it's specific enough, okay? That it not just says that there is a relationship, but that it explains what the relationship is. So the steeper the slope, the more deep the stream is. What's the opposite side of that? What's the opposite of that? Marissa?
The more gentle the stream, the less deep.
Good, there's more shallow. Good. The more gentle the slope, the more shallow the stream is going to be, okay? Now, I want someone to take this one step further and use the word erosion. So that should be the first part. What Shanice said and what Marissa just said should be the first part of your conclusion. But now I want someone to finish it with another sentence that uses the word erosion in there. That uses the word erosion. Karan, can you do that for us?
Read.
Please track, Karan. Read what you wrote if it has the word erosion in it.
The steep slope made the slopes just greater since it was barely eroded, so the water got more benefit in the depth. The gentle slope was rounded already, so the water ran over it. Just ran.
Okay, it's a little bit unclear. Can we clarify? I think Karan is onto it, but it's not quite clear. He's talking about the amount of erosion that's taking place. Let's just say a little bit more concisely. A little bit more concisely. Jessica. Good. The steeper the slope, the more erosion you're going to get. And the less steep, the less erosion you're going to get. Why? This could then be your next sentence. Why would you get more erosion with a steeper slope and less erosion with a gentle slope? Sierra.
You would get more erosion with the steeper slope because the water is coming down faster or harder with the steeper slope.
Good, exactly right. The water is going to flow down faster and harder with a steeper slope, so you're going to get more erosion.
The clue is flu. Excellent.
So it got to be the one that.
It gots to be?
It has to be the one a furry animal with wings.
Excellent, Shakir. Anything else about that word you want to tell me? Javante?
It got an ED and James got a
It has a, what do we call these word parts we put on the end of a word?
suffix.
It has a suffix, and the suffix is?
ED.
Good.
When you're done, make sure you show me that you're done. God bless. More minutes. I know you weren't here, but you can at least do that because that's on board. She wasn't here either.
Okay, I'm a square field with an area of 169 square feet. What's the length of one of my sides, Janae?
13.
13 what?
Feet.
Excellent. I'm a square field with a perimeter of 48 feet. What's my area? Katrina. Excellent. I'm a regular octagon with a side that measures 8x plus 2. What is my perimeter, Tamise?
64x plus 16.
Excellent. I am an isosceles triangle, with two angles that measure 3x each. What is the measure of my third angle, Anaya?
180 degrees minus 6x.
Excellent, 180 degrees minus 6x. The square root of 400 is what, Frank?
100.
No, the square root of 400 is not 100, help him out.
20.
That's right, it's 20, tell him why.
Because if you multiply 20 by 20, you'll get 400.
Excellent. Let's see, I'm a regular pentagon with a perimeter of 30x minus 15. What's the length of one of my sides, Samira?
6x minus 10.
Excellent. Let's see, what else do I have in my bag of tricks today? 10% of 48, Tiani. Give me 5% then, Andrew. Give me 20% then, Caitlin.
8 and 8/10.
No, not 8 8/10. Help her out, Jasmine.
9 and 6/10.
That's right, 9 6/10. Let's see. 1/4 as a percent, Malik. That's right, 25%. Nice nod, though. 3/5 is a percent, Darwin. Give him a second. I'm sorry? Excellent, 60%. I'm glad you hung in there. 24/5. 24/5, Brown?
1/5.
Excellent. What would that be as a percent?
That would be 480%. 480%.
Excellent, 480%. Great job. Have a seat.
All right. In some of your classes, your teachers do this thing. It's called cold calling. In fact, I do it. It's when you don't raise your hand and a teacher, William, calls on you just to see, and it's not like a gotcha, it's really just a way to do a quick review. I don't call it cold calling though, I call it hot calling. Because you get a chance to shine and to show that you are on fire. So almost every day when we're talking about genre, we're going to do hot calling. It's a great way to review all of these definitions and terms that we've learned. Here's the hardest part about hot calling. You gotta keep your hands down. Your hands are folded. I will call on a person. When I call on that person, you track just like you normally do, and then you track me when you hear my voice again. Nod if you understand. Nod if you are ready for hot calling. Beautiful. Keep your hands down. Shabrian, I'm going to come back to inconsiderate and absent-minded at the end. If you're on perch, you track forward like normal. Please don't call out. Slam. What is the definition of genre? Hands down. Robert, what is the definition of genre?
Who exploited? Name me someone who exploited something in Macbeth. John, who exploited something? How, Corin, did Lady Macbeth exploit Macbeth's weakness and ambition?
Because she knew that was something that he really wanted, and like she would manipulate him to get him into
Okay, excellent. That works for exploit. One other person who exploited something, Janetta. Macbeth exploited Duncan's trust. How, Sarah?
Because he made him, like, in front of him, Macbeth would act like he trusts him, and he brought him into his house for that.
Okay, he's here in double trust. We had that speech to look at. Okay, and then spake.
Oh, that sounds right. You guys are on it. Let's get this done. Someone come give us a stadium. Go for it. Give us a stadium. Thank you. While Khadijah is giving us a stadium, what quadrant are we in? Fatima, what quadrant are we in? We're in quadrant 1. That's right. What do you call that line at the bottom? Where you wrote your numbers along the bottom there, Sean? The x-axis. Which direction does the x-axis run? Shatavia?
The x-axis.
That's right. What's that line over to the left called if this is quadrant 1? That line over to the left is what, Dante?
The line over to the left is called the y-axis.
That's right. Which direction does it run? It runs vertically in an ordered pair. Which comes first, your x-coordinate or your y-coordinate? In an ordered pair, which comes first, your x or your y-coordinate? Jaquilla? Your x-coordinate always comes first, so track the screen and raise your hand if you agree with Khadijah's stadium. Give people a second to check it out. Thank you, that helps. Absolutely, she's got an x-coordinate of 7 and a y-coordinate of 10. Perfectly done, thank you, ma'am.
What genre is this similar to? It's not perfect match, but it's pretty close. What is it most similar to? You can come back and use your notes if you need to. I'll give you some think time. Good job going back and using your notes. Neon Dion, go ahead. Track him, please. What genre is this most similar to? I'm sorry? You are absolutely right.
So whatever our answer to that is, you can say, no, Tecumseh did not change history. You want to have evidence to support that. You want to be able to create an argument and use specific historical evidence to support your argument. Before you decide on any of those, though, let's think about this. What are some of the characteristics or qualities that an individual must have to change history, you think? What are some of the things an individual must have? Before you answer that, I want you to brainstorm right now, individually, 2 to 3 characteristics that an individual must have. And I also want you to think about why they need that. So you can write that right there in that space, and then we'll start making a list of some of these characteristics. So you can think of an adjective to describe someone who changes history, a quality, a value. Okay, what are some of the things you guys came up with? And let's just make a list. Let's see what kind of list we can generate here. What's the first thing you came up with, Kaisha? Okay, so you have to have a sense of justice. Interesting. What else? Kiara? Bravery. Bravery. Or we could also include with that one of our core values, courage. You have to have bravery or courage. Why do you think you need that, Kiara? Great. Courage or bravery to stand up. I'm going to add that. That's well said. What else? Brittany. That's a good word. I love that word, persevere. You got to be able to persevere.
But one thing I do want to work on is how to pass out papers. Okay? I'm going to pass papers on the row, and they're going to come over. The only person who needs to get out of their seat is my friend James, because James is a big space between James and Bruce. So let me show you what I will do. I will hand out, there's 4 people here. So I'm going to put 4 pieces of paper here. Denzel will take one, and he'll hand the other stack to James. James will put one down, and James will quietly go to Bruce. Bruce will take one, and he'll quietly give it to his friend, Mr. Sanford. It's an excellent job. It's exactly what happened. 12 seconds. Back in 10. $11 seconds. Back out in 10. Back in 8. It's pretty good. All right, so one thing we're also going to do in this class, we have
Track me. Go ahead, lift your packets up into the air, grabbing the do now in one hand, the rest of the packet in the other. We are going to go ahead and tear on 2. After we tear, you will place your do now, which is also your homework, into your homework folder. Still waiting on everybody. 1, 2. Go ahead and get it into your homework folder. You had 10, 9, 8, 7.
An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Copy it down, please.
Thank you. You're welcome. There's 2 times when I was talking to the class where you weren't looking at me and you weren't on task. And then when I asked you a question, you didn't have the answer. That tells me you need to work harder if you're going to get the right answer. Your eyes should be on the speaker at all times.
Now here's the tricky part.
Everybody, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. Everybody, 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. Duke's down. Show me slant. It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. I don't have Marissa, but I do have Jasmine. Whisper. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. We'll talk about it tomorrow. All hands down. Show me slant now. Your homework tonight. I know we didn't get to the back, but that's okay, because your homework tonight is similar. Track this paper. I need 3 people. You know who you are. I need 2 people. Thank you. The homework tonight, you are to recreate the threes table.
So now we're gonna learn a new word, communicate. Communicate is when you want to talk or tell somebody something. When you want to give somebody some information, you communicate with them. There are lots of different ways of communicating. But if you were a penguin, how would you communicate with a friend?
Oh, it's cleanup time. I don't know how to clean up. Oh, there's a picture right here for how to clean up. All these pencils live in the house just neat. This is the messy, messy way, the way we don't clean up at the end of class. Let's practice that one time, and then our yellow table is gonna help, our green table is gonna help us get our papers to draw our picture. Pretend you're drawing. Do it the nice way if you don't remember. You can track here. That was good, but it could be great because you need to be looking at me. Do it again. Remember, you turn your neck if you can't see me. You turn your neck if you can't see me. If you're ready, sit up straight. Track your table.
And now, Amarius, I am on 1. Good afternoon, Harvard. Good afternoon, Miss Wilson. What is our objective for today? Ooh, look at those hands. Here we go. Let's go with A first. What did we do a long time ago when we first did patterns? It was a while ago. I know, it was a while ago. When we first did patterns, I love the track that I'm saying now. I wonder what happens when I move around the room. What is that first step that we did after we circled, second step, sorry, after we circled the rule? We need to draw them. Brooklyn, tracker, I see hands up there ready to read. Only have 3 choices left, so let's see. All right, I need someone with voice. Deasia, do you have voice for me? Yes. You sure? All right, hands down, Deasia's reading. Go ahead.
August had 4 more birthdays than June.
All right, now don't say anything because I need to see my fingers. True for Jasmine, true or false? Let's see them. Now you can't do this because I can't tell. Looks like one big finger. True or false? I like how Brooklyn took her time quickly to read and make sure she knew her answer. She didn't look around the room at anybody else's fingers. She wanted to make sure she knew her answer. True or false? All right. Oh boy. We're down to the last 2. I hope one of these works. That wouldn't be good if it didn't. Oh well, we'll see. Here we go. I need somebody to read C. I need voice though. Caleb, we're going to work on your voice, okay? Oh yeah, because I know you have it. I want to hear it. C. Read it. I really like the enthusiasm that I'm seeing. This whole column right here is really grabbing hold to it. Jordan, I know you're trying to persevere today. Keep on trying, okay? All right, let's hear C. Summer, use your voice. What is that scale counting by right now? What is that scale counting by? Obsession, what is it counting by? Whew, look at that track. I didn't even have to say it. It's counting by 2. Easy. What do we have to do next to each one of those things? Draw our 4 lines. So for A and C, let's draw our 4 lines. Rachel, make sure you're drawing your 4 lines and nothing else. Draw your 4 lines. Draw your 4 lines. Oh, Shantae has it. Shantae. Where's my slant? Jordan, I see you trying to pull it together, sir. All right, turn your page.